We're going to talk about the Indiana Fever more specifically. Now, all three of these entities have responded to the allegation. Erica Wheeler, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin.
I want to ask you a little favor before we go any farther. Please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you like this content. It doesn't cost you anything because more than 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing, yet it has a significant impact on us. Have you clicked the button to subscribe? Many thanks. Something Caitlin Clark just said will cause you to pause and reflect. I believe that no one in our league should have to deal with racism of any kind, she stated. There is more to this tale though, and the way she and Kelsey Mitchell are treating it is absurd.
The allegations made by WNBA players that Indiana Fever fans are vicious, racist. Now, all three of these entities have responded to the allegation. They're just launching racial slurs all over.
You'll be surprised to hear that racist remarks are presently being made against NBA fans. You read properly, yes. Alyssa Thomas asserts that some Indiana Fever fans are disgusting racists who use racial epithets, yet there is no video proof to back up her assertions. People are therefore left wondering whether this truly occurred. Everyone is trying to figure out the solution, which is similar to a puzzle.
It's not actually recorded or anything anywhere.
And yes, getting booed at an away stadium or an away arena is something that happens in sports.
People happen to have cell phones with audio devices that can record.
Now you know what's even stranger? Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are speaking up, and I can assure you that you will want to hear what they have to say.
Is that the norm? Is that enough for now multiple players to just be calling a fan base, just label them? Seems like that could happen too, but I guess not. I guess that's not possible.
Yeah, it's definitely upsetting. I don't think nobody in our league should be facing any sort of racism, hurtful, disrespectful.
Pay attention since some startling information was just disclosed by Clark and Mitchell's Indiana Fever and Stephanie White reaction. They are doing more than just talking about the problem. Instead, they are providing us with a whole other viewpoint. Furthermore, I can guarantee that it was surprising.
Clark spoke out about, well, she answered a question about all of the online discourse and trolls,
But there are a lot of really good fans, whether they've been fans for 20 plus years or whether they're new fans in our league. You know, those aren't fans, those are trolls, and it's a real disservice to the people in our league, the organization. I think continuing to uplift this league in a very positive light is the best thing that we can do because...
When Caitlin Clark shares her thoughts with us on these charges of racism, she isn't holding back. She claims it's upsetting, but here's the worst part. She's not just focusing on the negative. Clark is taking use of this opportunity to draw attention to all the good things happening in the WNBA.
There's so many great players, there's so many great teams, there are so many positive storylines that can be written and celebrated. And
I was just even looking to see what like the big WNBA people, these like legacy fans that, you know, hate all the new fans. I genuinely think that there's going to be some responses being like, oh, she's trying to deflect the topic off the real thing. She's trying to focus on basketball and this is bigger than basketball.
For me, that's why I became a fan of this league, is these people were my idols. I grew up wanting to be like them.
Know what's fantastic? Clark appears to be reminding everyone that the game is the reason we are all here. However, she is not alone in raising her voice. She is discussing the outstanding athletes, the outstanding teams, and all the inspiring tales that may be told and honored. Kelsey Mitchell and Erica Wheeler are also participating, exemplifying what real professionalism looks like. Mitchell is making it clear that we only have authority over our employees while they are working for our company, and that such behavior is not acceptable.
They're in Kelsey Mitchell and Erica Wheeler. And man, their answers are really good, really well thought out, and really professional. People are coming after them right now over this answer. People are
They appear to be declaring that this is who we are and what we stand for by drawing a line in the sand. Take note, Mitchell is ensuring that her staff remains focused on the important things, including the impact on the WNBA Finals 2025 organization and the U.S. winning games. That demonstrates a genuine sense of teamwork.
Let's listen.
With time after the break, it got better. So the future is very bright for those two.
I think that for us, we err on the side of professionalism in a lot of different ways, and we can only control what's in our organization within our people.
I mean, we can't control what someone else says. Like, for the more like,
no matter what color you are, whatever you carry or possess, I think for us, we focus on the basketball part.
Are you curious in what makes Clark's management of all this media attention so remarkable? She is more than just an inexperienced interviewee. Instead, she is tackling these difficult topics head-on while maintaining a laser-like concentration on the important details. It's similar to witnessing a seasoned pro in action.
I think continuing to uplift and, represent this league in a positive way is the best thing that we can do.
Good things in the league. Let's talk about the good players. I can guarantee you there are people that are going to be like that. Again, let's talk about the fact that these trolls are trolls. Let's talk about all the good fans. Let's talk about all the new.
She is about the most media-savvy sports entity I have seen in a very long time.
Not only are these two talking the talk, they are showing everyone how to deal with challenging circumstances like experts. And it isn't even the most crazy aspect of it. Clark is able to see the wider picture. She is considering more than just herself or her group. She is considering the league as a whole. The best thing we can do, in my opinion, is to keep promoting this league in a very positive light.
NBA players have endured this season. This was her answer. He should have asked her about the hate that she receives. As a straight white player in the league, she can navigate these situations. Now, James Boyd did acknowledge after the fact.
There's so many great players and teams, and obviously that is the best thing. She basically said in different words exactly.
On the court, Clark and Mitchell are accomplishing something remarkable. They're not only engaging in a game, they are altering it. And you'll be shocked by the statistics. Remember how I said there was more to this tale? Let's talk about these two significant individuals. It is remarkable that Clark and Mitchell are scoring 37.7 points a game on average. However, after the Olympic break, they have raised it to 51.3 points per game, making it even better. That backcourt duo is the greatest in the league. However, Clark is creating history in addition to scoring goals. It's insane that we're talking about 37.3 points per game, either by scoring or helping. Mitchell is not only riding shotgun, either. When the game is within 5 points in the last 5 minutes, for example, she is the person you want with the ball. Mitchell has money in the bank as he shoots 62.5%. The fact that people are starting to liken Clark and Mitchell to some of the best players ever heard is also really awesome. Fans of Curry, Steven, and Thompson Clay are calling Clark and Mitchell the Splash Brothers, and I have to admit that it suits with their playing style. It's like to seeing the classic Showtime Lakers with a contemporary spin. They move quickly, are always attempting to grab the ideal photo, and are always on the go. Imagine this if you want to know how well they get along. Clark fires a pass boom directly into Mitchell's hands after he grabs the ball 3/4 of the way from the hoop. Mitchell doesn't stop there, though. Then, during a game against the Dallas Wings, she makes a layup after executing a behind-the-back pass. It's the type of play that compels you to turn your television back in order to watch it again. The point is, though, it goes beyond the dazzling plays. Outside of the court, Mitchell is also keeping an eye on Clark. She talks about keeping Clark safe and making sure she feels secure both mentally and physically as a rookie. Beyond game teamwork is one thing, but what happens when the league seems to be in turmoil as a whole? Mitchell and Clark are facing a challenge that extends well beyond the court and their resolve. You might think that all of this drama would have an impact on their performance. Instead, it is redefining what it means to be a professional athlete. Get ready for an unexpected surprise. Instead of disregarding the controversy, Caitlin Clark and Kelsey Mitchell are taking it as inspiration to improve their performance. They support their team and are completely focused on what really matters. They appear to be wearing blinkers, but in the most flattering sense. They are not impacted by all the discussion regarding fan behavior. Rather, it's inspiring them to improve as players.
2.54 million viewers tune in for Caitlin Clark, and then Diana Taurasi retires, and Caitlin Clark is a generational talent. It's who they want to watch, and that's all there is to it. Diana Taurasi retires, and not even half that tuned in. Sorry about your luck. Not interested.
Like, we don't condone any of those things. Like, for the more you know, eyes been on us since C got.
It all comes down to the outstanding teams, players, and good narratives that can be told and honored. And what do you know? That mindset spreads easily. Clark is discussing more than simply the advantages. She's showing why she initially fell in love with the WNBA by living them out at every game. Mitchell is leading by example right there. She isn't squandering time on matters beyond her control. She is instead concentrating on the things that are most important to this organization and the U.S. winning game.
Everything but coming out and saying this entire narrative you're hearing is a joke.
This organization and us winning games, and that's what we did. So, but for the most part, we don't condone that. Like I said, a comment before, like, it's a lot of things that try to come in this building and to pull us apart that we just didn't let. However,
and they were real professional, and guess what? They're getting just destroyed.
Such dedication turns good players into legends. However, things start to become really fascinating at this point. In addition to playing incredible basketball, Clark and Mitchell are changing the conversation about the game and exhibiting professionalism and poise in the face of adversity. They seem to be writing a new guide on how to be a successful athlete in the 21st century. They are rising above the controversy and discussing togetherness and making the league better for everyone, even though they are under a lot of pressure and dealing with charges that might jeopardize the league as a whole. Every word they say is also supported by their behavior on the court. They are breaking records, producing highlight reels, and playing some of the best basketball of their lives. Furthermore, they are exemplifying what it means to be a great leader. Clark's poised handling of the media attention is a masterwork. She doesn't avoid challenging questions or give prepared responses. Because it's not just good PR, she is tackling these issues head-on while consistently returning to the game, the team, and the league. That's genuine character.